A terrarium is a container consisting of two parallel glass or transparent plastic sheets which is filled with soil. The dimensions of a terrarium vary depending on the size of the species, its ecological category, and the intention of the research in question. It allows us to observe what is impossible to view in the field, the earthworm's life cycle and behavior when abiotic and biotic factors are manipulated. We will build a bidimensional terrarium for an avoidance test, that is, divided in two sections. One section is filled with soil that is mixed with a contaminant, for example, crude oil or pesticides, and the other section is filled with soil without the contaminant as a control. Two parallel glass sheets are placed. The thickness of the terrarium is a key factor. We can use the terrarium to register the behavior of the endogeic tropical earthworm Pontos colex coretrurus. We can observe how it builds reproduction and feeding chambers, produces eggs, and how offspring emerge. To build a bidimensional terrarium, you need these materials. Two rectangular glass sheets, 23 centimeters in height by 30 centimeters in width and 0.5 centimeters thick. Two strips of wood, 23 centimeters in height by 1 centimeter in width and 0.5 centimeters thick, and one of 28 centimeters in height by 1 centimeter in width and 0.5 centimeters thick. You also need masking tape, 7 double clips, 2 rubber bands, white glue, and soil, which should be dried at 65 degrees Celsius for a period of 48 hours, ground and sieved using a mesh with a 2 mm aperture size. Legume foliage, dried at 65 degrees Celsius for a period of 48 hours, ground and sieved using a mesh with a 2 mm aperture size. We will also need a bottle with distilled water, drying oven, live earthworms, and tweezers, used to insert the earthworms into the terrarium. This is what you need to do. Take one of the rectangular glass sheets and the 3 pieces of wood. Form a U-shaped frame. Fix them in place with masking tape and white glue. Place the second glass sheet on top of the frame formed by the pieces of wood. Secure it with adhesive tape and glue. An inner space with a width of 5 mm is formed. Leave the top edge of the terrarium open. Finally, use adhesive tape to seal the sides of the terrarium. Secure 3 double clips to the bottom edge of the container and 2 on its vertical edges as reinforcement. When the glue is completely dry, the soil can be added into the terrarium through the side that has been left open. The soil should be properly mixed with legumes. Approximately 3% of legumes should be added to support the growth and reproduction of earthworms. Irrigate the substrate with distilled water until reaching an ideal percentage of moisture, depending on its field capacity. With utmost care, insert the earthworm, for example Pontos colex coretrurus, into the terrarium. Once it has burrowed into the soil, close the top edge with adhesive tape. Identify the container with a label. Introduce it vertically into an incubator with a constant temperature for growth and reproduction of earthworm species, usually 25 ± 3 degrees Celsius. Register the date on which the earthworm is introduced into the container. Follow its development periodically. Verify soil moisture every certain amount of days. If it is required, distilled water can be applied as needed.